This is platformer challenge number 1, and the challenge was to make a platformer which contains some moving platforms. Before I do a countdown of the results and show footage of me playing your games and giving feedback, I do want to say that I love everything you guys have made. You're awesome, and I certainly don't expect any of your games to be finished, and bugs are bound to happen, especially given the time constraints. When it comes to feedback, please don't take anything I say as gospel. I'm only one person's opinion, so don't go changing things because I said so. Only you have the vision for your game and know what is best for it. So with that being said, let's make a start. In 10th place, it's Dino Go by Ferris Buffalo Burger. This is the description page for Dino Go. I really love these two dinosaurs that you've incorporated into the text, and we'll be controlling the blue dinosaur in this game. It is a downloadable game and it is for Windows. So let's just head over into the Itch app and let's get that started. So this is the main menu of Dino Go. Really love what you've got going on here. This title, the way that it's sort of moving, it's almost dancing. I can certainly imagine if there was some music in the background, it'd certainly add to the theme of things. The dinosaur, he's almost looking like he's dancing himself. Love the pixel precision you've got there. I do think that the blue character would be a little bit better just because that's the blue one is the one that you're going to be controlling. These buttons over here, it's very subtle, but it's really awesome because if you hover your cursor over the top of them, they do light up a little bit. I think to get the most of this effect, I think if the button was darkened and the text was lightened, I think that would really help make it stand out. I am a little bit of a neat freak, so I think if this quit button was just extended out a little bit, I think that would make it look a bit better. One more thing I'd like to mention is this text with the title. It says Dino Go, but I think it would be a little bit clearer of what it says if there is some lower case letters in there. But yeah, I think you've done a really good job over here. So let's go over and click on play. Okay, so the idle animation of the character is really nice. And I'm just going to move over this way and this way. So I do like the way that the character moves as well. The controls are very intuitive. It's exactly what you'd expect. And if we just jump up by pressing space, you can see that we do have some in-game controls there. I love that you've included some text, but I do wish it was a little bit lower down so that we can read it. I also noticed that the W key is mentioned, but I don't think it did anything. Over here we've got an orange, and it instantly grabs my attention. I love the way that you've got the movement. It's something that I know straight away I want to have it. It's definitely a collectible item. It's not going to hurt me in any way. So let's just grab that. There we go. And I would love to see some sort of recognition that I've got it, some sort of sound effect maybe. I'd also like some text just in the right hand corner, just to sort of say something like 1 out of 10, 1 out of 12. I think there was 12 in this game. So 1 out of 12 would show that how many I've collected and how many are left. I think that would be something to consider doing. Let's just jump over the spikes, collect that. So these spikes, I think the jagged look of them, I think are fantastic. I don't know if the black outline works on them. I think a grey or sort of a darker white sort of colour would look a bit better. Maybe a dark brown around the soil bit as well. I am very impressed with the land though. I think it's sort of sand or marble, I'm not entirely sure, but it looks really good. just going to continue on now. So yeah, I'm loving this jump animation here. That looks really cool. I did notice on this bit, if we stand right to the edge and press space, we can't actually jump anywhere. I do suspect it's something to do with the collision polygons, so just make sure that you've got a straight flat edge on the right hand side of your character. And let's just go up here. Oh, and another thing I noticed, if you jump up and press left, your character doesn't face left when he's jumping in the air. It's not a huge problem. I think it might affect your level design going forwards if you wanted to have more interesting level designs with verticality and some bits where you're going left. But I think that sort of thing would look really good on a boss fight. See if I can do this without falling down. If we do fall down the gap, it's a journey straight back to the start. I do notice that when the character is moving fast, I mean, I could go a lot faster than this if I'm doing a speed run, say. Those bricks are quite a bit of an eyesore, if I'm honest. As good as they do look, I think perhaps if we slow the character down, I probably recommend darkening those bricks as well. I think it'd have the added bonus of making those oranges sort of stand out from the background. Almost fell down there. Okay, so I think that says good. I do know what I'm going to expect because I have played this game before. So if I go to the right, I know it's going to be a game over. I would recommend, if we just slide over slightly, I would recommend just on this right bit, if there was like a little door or a portal or something to sort of aim towards, I think that would sort of look really good. But if I just go over to the right, you'll see that the game ends quite suddenly. But yeah, we've got a game over screen, so that's really cool. There is a little spelling mistake over here. If you just read that out, you win the, it says dingo. I think there should be an O there. And I think the character here is green. I would have liked the blue one. And also, if you look carefully, the pixels are not quite square, so I think it just needs to be squashed in slightly. But overall, I think you've got a fantastic game. I didn't see any moving platforms, unfortunately, but I think there's a lot of potential ideas that you could do, especially with spikes and moving platforms. I mean, there's so much combinations there. I think whatever you come up with, it's going to be really interesting. In 9th place, it's Moonrunner by Jerry Ash. In this game, we control the moon and we've got to escape from an angry looking sun. The controls are simple. It's left and right arrows to move, space to jump, and there's also a double jump. So this is the title page of Moonrunner. Really liking the font and all the detail that's gone in here. I do wonder what happened to the black part, the pupils of his eyes, but otherwise really nicely drawn. And this is obviously the play button, so I'm just going to go ahead and click on that. Right, so let's get moving. And as you can see, if the character stops moving, the animation stops as well. And if the sun touches us, we do get to this restart menu. So let's go again. I did also notice that if we fall down one of these gaps, we drop down over here, and it can be quite tricky to get back up, and we die again, so we're back to this sort of menu again. I do like the facial expressions of these characters. I think you've captured the emotions really well here. I think if you really wanted to take it a step further, perhaps if the pupils in the sun's eyes were to just follow the player, I think it would add to the sort of determination of the sun. Now, I do find the game to be a little bit easy, just because I am a little bit faster than the sun, but it's not a problem or a complaint, because I understand that every developer is going to make the game to a different target audience. So I feel like it's towards a sort of younger age bracket, especially with the cartoony characters. We've got bright colours, we've got the thick, bold sort of outlines. I think the moon might look a bit better with black outline, I'm not sure. I do like how when we jump up like this, almost died there. If you do notice, the sun does seem like it's moving up as well. I think that's really well thought out, and there's certainly no way you can jump around him, so that's really good to see. I do think this camera could benefit from being a little bit lower, just so I can see where I'm landing. And this is the end. I do feel like that finishing line was a little bit too sudden. I would have liked to have passed the flagpole, but we have made it, and seeing this end screen, it's a really nice reward. Just to be clear, this jam isn't rated on how good a game is. We are focusing on just one aspect of the game, and that is the moving platforms. Unfortunately, I didn't see any, but it does give a good opportunity to discuss what types of movement we could have. So when I first saw the moon and the sun, I instantly thought we're in space and we're running on an asteroid belt. As such, I would love to see all of the platforms moving slowly to the left. We could add a little bit of rotation to the platforms, sort of give them a little bit of a floaty feel to them. Maybe when we land on a platform, perhaps it lowers down a little bit, and jumping off it could lower it even further. In 8th place, it's Mazio Bros by Rebozy. Here's a little bit of info about Mazio Bros. It's a combination of Mario Bros, which is a classic arcade game, which I've been fortunate enough to play, and Mazogs, which is a ZX Spectrum game. I do like how you've combined elements of two different games and brought them together to create something that's unique. I think that is an excellent game development technique. The aim of the game is to take the treasure from the top floor and take it back down. It does look like it's a 1 or 2 player game with simple enough controls. There's also an Android version that's being planned in the future, and possibly something for the Atari ST. So I'm really liking the ambition there. I also like that you've got a YouTube gameplay trailer, and you've also included a screenshot to give us a preview of what to expect. The game is available for download for Windows and Linux, and I'm just going to head over to the Itch desktop app and I'm going to launch it from there. So this is a 1 or 2 player game. I'm going to go for 1 player, so I'll press the left arrow. So there we are in the bottom left corner, tapping our foot and looking up in the air. I love that idle animation. So let's just get moving. So I'm going to be arrow keys for movement. I love the look of that. And we can go left as well. So it's got like a sort of very Mario-like movement. So it's got like acceleration and a bit of deceleration. So if I let go, I do sort of slide a little bit. And this is our sort of second player, and yeah, I think he can sort of interact with us. So yeah, we can sort of bump him around a little bit. If you did select the 2 player option, you'd use Z and X to move him around. And I guess you could sort of like play cooperatively and sort of help each other out, or you could be a bit mean and sort of try and hinder the other player. It's good sort of thing. So I did just do a jump there. The jump is quite tricky to do, if I'm honest. You have to sort of hold the right key down and then press left to jump up. And in these sort of smaller gaps, it can be really tricky to get up. And you might notice that there's a spider at the top there that's running around. We don't want to let him touch us. And there are some details at the very top there. We've got a score, we've got energy, and we've got the story that we're on. So we're on the bottom story, 39. That's a dead end there, so let's go this way. So yeah, the energy does deplete as we're moving around, so we've got to be careful with our movements. Oh, hold on, what's going on here? Oh wow, I'm up to story 26, that's good. Okay, so let's see if we can go up there. So you might notice that when we do jump up, the platforms also rise up. That's a really good way of moving, I think, for the moving platforms. And yeah, that's definitely depleting our life quite quickly, so we definitely don't want to get touched by him. Oh, I think he bumped me into him. Let's go. But yeah, I do kind of wish when I jump up like this that we sort of keep moving to the left when we're in the air. I think it'd make it a lot easier to sort of get around. So I did notice in a previous game that I played, to get the score you have to sort of bump underneath like that on the spider. I don't know if I'll get the opportunity, and then you've got to jump on top of the spider when he's upside down. That's how you get 1 point. I kind of feel like it might benefit from having some other sort of collectibles. But I love the idea of having energy, and you've got to really sort of plan your route out a bit. Oh no, he's coming down to me. Let's get away. I'm going to run out of energy very soon. Oh no, that's a big drop. Oh yeah, I do love the sound effects, by the way. That is really cool. Oh, and that was the treasure chest there. That's what we need to get. In summary, I can see that you've got some really good game dev skills, especially because you've got a procedurally generated level, so it's different every time you play. You've got a multiplayer mode, you've got platforms that move up when jumped underneath them, and outside of Mario games, I don't think I've seen moving platforms like that, so it is a real rarity and something special. In 7th place, it's We Are One by Yazarus. This is the description page for We Are One. The first thing that I notice is that you've got a very striking title, and I love the fish coming past. I see that the game was entered in 2 jams over here. So it's an extra challenge to make, but it can work in some people's favour because limitations can lead to more creativity, so I like that. So coming over here, we can see that our main character is a fish that guides other fish through an underwater maze where we'll have to keep the egg of a mythical sunfish safe from all sorts of dangers. And we also got the ability to make waves with the tails. That's down here. Let's just scroll down. And I do like the keyboard shortcuts. So we've got escape to quit the game, which is very much appreciated. Normally on downloadable games, I have to press Ctrl Alt Delete, select Task Manager, and then choose to end the task. So I like that you've simply eliminated all of that. We've got space to skip the tutorial. That's always good, especially for a second playthrough. Or to resume the scene from the beginning. And we've got 4 scenes in this game. Z to erase the save, and it starts the whole game from the very beginning. I do like that. So the game saves automatically, and you can pick up where you last left off the next day, say. And I've noticed that the game is in French or English, and it's automatically selected based on the operating system you're using. I think this is really clever, and I can see a huge benefit to that. We also got a lot of screenshots, starting from the top. And we've got some install instructions, so you just click to download, right click, extract all, and then open the app. So that's what I'm going to do now. Okay, so this is a bit of a tutorial, and I'm just going to head over to the star now. So we're down in the depths of an ocean, and I love how the sun is sort of, you've got the rays of the sun coming down there. Oh, that's really nice. So here is the hero of your adventure. And the fish is basically just following where I'm putting my cursor. It will follow the direction you indicate to it. So yeah, I love how responsive the fish is. So once he reaches, that's what happens. He doesn't like to keep still, so that is just like a real fish in that regard. I do like that. There is, you won't be able to hear the music because I have muted it. Oh, we've got some small enemies here. I do also like the option that you can press space to skip. So you've got in the bottom right corner there. But I'm just going to go ahead and just play out the whole tutorial. So in the last one it said to right click, and we're putting out a bit of a ripple. That's pretty cool. I love that effect. Can't wait to use that. Okay, so it's not just this fish. We actually get to control or guide a number of fish until the adventure is successful or all the fish disappear. Yeah, this is a really nice way of doing a tutorial, sort of feeding the information about what to do and how to play the game. All the fish will follow where I put my cursor. That's always good to know. here an obstacle to open it, walk around and touch it. I think that should probably say swim around it, swim to it rather than walk. Let's go to here. Okay, that's pretty nice. I think the rock might look better if it fell down, but I do like the way that plank sort of dropped like that. And we're going to have some dangers at the bottom of the ocean as well. So I must say I like all the details you've got on the ocean. It's not just blue, but you've got like the sun coming down. It's just so nice. Oh, okay, so these are some of the dangers. We've got some mines, some spikes and other creatures. So yeah, we're better avoiding those. That looks like a electrified rotor. Let's head over to the star. Fortunately, we are quite agile, so we can sort of avoid things. Okay, so here we are where my cursor is. Straight into the first obstacle. I do like the electrical effects there on here. So if we do happen to touch this rotor, we will destroy and it will restart the level. So let's keep down to this way. Let's head this way. I like how you've got a bit of a choice of which direction to head in. Yeah, the scenery, all the rocks and things, it's just so nice. So I think that is a bit of a dead end. I would have liked to meet a fish or something there. Let's explore down this way. Okay, we've got a choice. I'm definitely going to go with the safer option, I think. Let's go down here. And we've got to head down here. Okay. I'm not too sure if that really flowed on so smoothly. I think we're in a very wide area, as we were in a bit of a narrow bit. But yeah, I'm glad to meet these guys. Yeah, you do have to be careful on these obstacles just to the left. They can destroy us. In a previous playthrough I lost a few just because I'm just admiring all this really beautiful scenery. Can't believe all the detail in the sand and the rocks, and it's just amazing. And then when you've got all the really peaceful and serene sort of background music, it's just such a nice kind of relaxing experience. You even got a few bits of plankton as well. I assume that is just sort of those white glowing things. I can see a fish down there. Let's try and meet, oh, two fish. Let's try and meet those guys. So this plank looks a little bit thicker than the last one. Can we push it? I think we can. There's a few more of us, so I think we've got a bit more strength. Say hello to this guy. Oh, a few more there. I think those guys are busy eating a bit of algae or something. Don't know if we can distract them to come with us. No, I think they're a bit too hungry, I think, at the minute. But yeah, our herd is definitely getting bigger. Or is it a herd? I think it might be a school of fish, isn't it? I do kind of wish there was a way to make the fish go a little bit faster, if I'm honest. If I could like hold the left mouse button, just have a little bit of a spurt or something, I think that would be a bit nicer. But I am quite happy going at this sort of slow pace. It's very very relaxing. But yeah, all this detail in the scenery, it's been so much work has gone into drawing all of this. Oh, hold on, what have we got down here? An egg alone, abandoned. If he stays there, he is lost. Could it be from a sunfish? I think it is. Something at all costs to find him a shelter and the time to hatch. So, need to get underneath this egg. It's definitely a team effort. I think we're doing it. Come back and have a bit of a run up, I think. I think once we get the momentum built up, I think it'll go a bit faster. Let's come down here. I suppose gravity as well, it's going to help push that down as well. Alright, just enough room. Let's get back down here. So yeah, these bits of coral on the side, they're actually quite dangerous, so we have to be careful not to touch those. I love how all the seagrass, how it's sort of waving in the currents. That's just so nice. Oh, hold on, we've got something trying to get us. Let's try and protect this egg. So, gotta dodge the coral as well. Round a bit. No, I think I might have lost him. Let's go back. Oh no, he's definitely there. And I have just noticed actually the egg has actually got something inside growing. That's a really nice detail. I do kind of wish, because we've still got the very serene sort of music, I would have loved more music to sort of match the atmosphere, so we're in a bit of a chase here, a bit of danger. Okay, now we must have lost him. No, we haven't. Still chasing us. Oh, and we've got some fish as well. Can I do my ripple thing to scare them, maybe? Try and keep them away from the walls in case I need to dodge a bit of coral. So that's where that grows. And he can't catch me. Right, I think our sunfish egg, I think he is getting a little bit bigger inside here. So swim in front. And they look like spikes. Can't go that way, so let's push him up this way. And yeah, we've got a few more of us, so that's pretty good. Probably needed, because I imagine the egg's getting a bit heavier now. I think the trick is probably just lift him up off the ground. Push him this way. Okay, so we've got two directions to go in. I think I'm going to go down just because it's easy. I know on a previous playthrough I tried to go the left, but there's a lot of currents and stuff, and it's a real struggle to try and swim through. In fact, I think this might be a little bit tricky. We've got those hazards. Oh, yeah, I definitely don't want to touch them. I'm going to lose a few. Okay, so we're back onto this bit again. If I'm honest, I don't think I'm going to be able to do it, so I'm going to stop the video here. In 6th place, it's 3 Drachmas by N35TA. There currently isn't any info about 3 Drachmas, but like all games in this jam, everything can change as they get updated. An interesting fact for you, if you don't know what a drachma is, it's an ancient Greek coin. I can see that we can run the game in the browser, so let's go ahead and do that now. We'll go in full screen. This is the main menu. The yellow on blue looks good. I do feel like a Greek font might be a better choice, but something that I do really like is that you can play the game and get so far into it, and then the next day you can pick up from where you last left off. I think that's really clever. So I have played this game before, and I do want to start the game at the beginning. So I'm going to click on the new game. Okay. This is the level select screen. On the top left corner we can see that I've currently got 0 drachmas. There currently isn't any instructions on how to control the player, so we do have to experiment a little bit. So if we press space, we jump, and if we hold it down, we can jump a bit higher. And it's A and D to move, or we can press the arrow keys. And if we press X, we've got an attack with our sword, which I think looks really awesome. And I must say, this has got to be one of the best looking characters I've seen for a long time. Also, I love like these windows. I love the statues and the whole Greek style that you've got to it all. So let's have a little wander around. So this is Zeus's room. And over here we've got Poseidon's room. And over here we've got Hades' room. So I do like how the text pops up like that. And if we run and press X, got like a sort of attack like that, slightly different to this. And if we do want to enter into the door, you do have to press E to enter. I personally thought it'd just be the up arrow or W, but either way I do think that some text should appear saying what to press. So let's go in and have a look at what's in Zeus's room. So avoid the lightning and falling platforms. So click start. So we start off with 3 hearts. That's looking cool. And oh, we've got a cloud that's following us around. And it's shooting some lightning at us. Okay, so they're drop down platforms. And I do like that you get some feedback, how it turns red before it does drop. But I do kind of feel like if they were just dark grey sort of clouds and then jump on it, a bit of rain comes down and then it could like slowly fade away, and then you just know that you've got to jump off there. Just an idea, but I do like I really like that you've got moving platforms and they look very aesthetically pleasing as well. Let's jump onto this one. So this is moving left and right. Another one over here. Yeah, so I love how the cloud just sort of covers your feet up there. I really like that. We just lost one bit of health, got struck by some lightning. So I do need to be a bit careful. Fortunately there is a heart there, so I'll collect that. I think that cloud's gonna, oh no, it's still harassing us. Let's jump over here. Oh yeah, so this one, that did confuse me a little bit last time I played. You do have to sort of do a bit of a leap of faith. Okay, I like this, how you gotta move on the moving platform to try and avoid those lightning bolts. Let's keep back a bit and go through. Hold back perhaps. And another heart, that's a good place for it. So let's jump through there. Okay, so this bit is a little bit tricky. Gonna land on these tiny little clouds, and we've got our first drachma coin. I don't think we can fall off there. That is keeping us in place, and I know that if we do fall off here, those platforms don't come back again, so there is a little bit of a bug there. To actually open the treasure chest, I initially thought you'd just whack it with your sword, but you do have to stand over it, press E, and there it is. So we just walk into that, and that's level complete. So let's return to the hub. So as you can see, we do have one drachma coin now. So let's head over here. I would like to see some sort of recognition that we've done this room. Maybe a drachma coin could like appear over the door or something. I'm not sure. I'm sure there's probably a better idea. Let's head over into Poseidon's room and see what we see inside here. So ride the wave and avoid the tridents. Let's start. So this looks cool. Okay, we're on like a little surfboard, and we can sort of ride the waves and also jump around. You can see a bit of a warning as well. I'm not dodging them very well, am I? Got to be a bit more careful. Jump over that one. Got another one coming. So same again, we can't actually drop off the edge there, and the screen does seem to flicker a little bit. I'm not sure what's going on there. Let's open our reward, the drachma coin. Let's get that. And that's level complete. Let's return to the hub. Okay, so we've got 2 drachma coins now. Let's head over to the last door and enter Hades' room. So we've got to fight the dead to survive. So it looks like we're going to be using our sword in this one. So let's click start. And I haven't mentioned the background yet, but I do really love how we're up in the clouds where the gods live, and you've done this scrolling screen in the background really nicely. This boat as well, the detail, really loving that. and the lava as well. I mean, that's really artistic. So let's kill him. So I like how he died there. It's good animation. And the boat as well, it stops if you notice. And it's only going to start up again once we kill the enemies. So he's got a shield. I'd like to see him using it. Can he use it? Oh, he can attack us. Ah, there we go. So I think I'll get that. I think if the skeletons sort of came up from the lava, I think that would look a little bit better than dropping down from the sky. But it's quite good how you have got it at the moment though. Maybe if Death was sort of rowing the boat forwards as well, I think that might be a bit nicer. I like how it does actually look like we're inside the boat. Sort of see how it covers our legs. That's a really nice detail. Alright, let's hop off. So we've got some moving platforms that are going up and down, and they're also submerging in lava. So yeah, I'm really liking that. It's very dangerous. Alright, so we made it. I think there's a little bit of a bug over here. I think there's a problem with the order of the layers, but that's kind of to be expected in Game Jam games, so easily fixable. So let's open this up, and that's our last drachma coin, so let's get that. So 3 drachmas, thank you for playing. So overall, I think you've got some very creative moving platforms. I'm especially liking the wave in Poseidon's room. Moves really well and also looks really good too. The same can be said with your other moving platforms like the clouds and the boat. And I really love how they interact with the hazards and enemies in such different ways. In joint 4th place, it's Battle Blade by PokeDude645. This is the description page for Battle Blade. So our main character is a ninja, and the game is made in a Game Boy style. And what we'll be doing is taking out the evil bug creatures set out by Count Legest. There's 6 floors and an epic battle at the end, and some secrets along the way. I do like the sound of that. I like the cryptic clues here too, and the pixel font you've got is very fitting for a retro style game. Scroll down because I think there was a little bit more text. So there are some bugs. I like your honesty there. I wouldn't expect anyone to make a Game Jam game without them, so don't worry about that. The audio is a little delayed. I know that MP3 files can cause that, so stick to WAV files where possible. There could be another reason, of course. I notice you've also included some credits. That's always good to have in. The art and code is all made by the developer. And we've got some music by Heatley Bros, and you've got your YouTube channel here too. So let's scroll up and run the game. So I do like that you've included a custom loading bar there. That's really cool. Let's open it up in full screen. I do really like the background music. It's very catchy. I have muted it in this video though, so you won't be able to hear it. And I do like the simple but very effective sort of menu screen here. I'm just going to click on the credits button. So I do kind of wish there was a little title up here, but you've got all the information, and I do really like how it slides across like that. That's really cool. And let's go ahead and click on the start button. So we've got a level select screen. That is really nice to see. And it also looks like the boxes over here are sort of dark blue. It looks like you won't be able to click on those. So it does mean that we have to play the level in the correct order, and that is really nicely thought out. So let's go ahead and start the game now. So this is level 1, and the music does change its tune. Now I'm bobbing my head up and down as well. I did notice that the text does overlap. I think if it was me, I'd probably put the number of coins where the HP box is, and I don't think there's any need for any text. I think just a number is fine. So let's press Z to throw a knife. Alright, that's pretty cool. I do kind of wish that the arm came out when he did throw the knife. So press X to smoke dash. Okay, so I think these are actually solid, so that's really cool. Pressing space in mid-air allows you to jump. So let's try that out. Oh, I like how he puts his arms up in the air, that's really cool. Pressing space on a wall lets you wall jump, so let's try that out. Oh, that's good. I think we've got a bit of a wall slide there as well. The dojo has been taken over by creatures. You have to save the dojo, get to the highest floor to fight Count Legest. So I like how you've got to move your character to sort of read all that text. It's quite cool. Oh, and we've got an arrow that's in the shape of some coins, or some coins in the shape of an arrow, I should probably say. And that must be the bug creatures that we've got to be fighting as well. That's quite cool. So yeah, I think that is a very good tutorial. I'm going to actually collect those coins, shouldn't I? Let's get those. Let's see if we can kill this guy. Nope. Ah, I got him. This is our first moving platform. Oh, and we've got an enemy as well down there. This moving platform does look a little bit jittery there. Some more coins up here to get. Another moving platform. Let's wait for it to come down. Does it push me? Oh, it does. That's good. And that's the door. Let's go in. Okay, so that's pretty good for a first level. I do kind of wish it went to the level select screen rather than this screen, but overall that's not too bad really. Okay, so this is level 2, and I can see some spikes down there, so it's getting a bit more dangerous. Oh, I like how you've placed the coins there, that's really nice. Oh, and that drops down. Oh, we've got 2 enemies down there at the bottom. Let's try and avoid those guys. Okay, so we've got 75 coins right now. I think the coins did carry on from the previous level, but I think when we reached 100 coins, I don't think we've got an extra life or anything. I think it does replenish the life if we do get injured. I'm going to test that theory out. So that's one. Let's collect a few here. Okay, that's good. So I'll have to do the wall jumps to get up here, I think. There we go. Is it worth getting that one? Yeah. So I do like the general movement of the moving platform here. Oh, let's kill him. Oh yeah, I do remember him actually. If you get hit by him, he causes 2 bars of your health to go down, so gotta be careful. I do think this moving platform could go, if I stand here, it does sort of bodge up a little bit. I think that could be a game over, or maybe it could change the direction. I also think it could raise the platform up just a little bit, just so it's in level with the floor. Oh, I have just noticed we've got some particle effects there. I don't know how I didn't notice that before. I'm not sure if I like it, to be honest with you. But yeah, it's all different opinions, I guess. Let's see if we can go over. And yeah, there isn't anything here. Let's go through. So that's level 2 done. Okay, so this is level 3. Let's go get those coins. Just going to dash through him, I think, on that one. Be a bit of a pacifist, I think. Ooh, these are all dropping down. And, oh, I can't get there. But, oh, let's kill you. Oh, he's on top of his head then. I don't think he kills me, does he? Oh, maybe he does. Okay, maybe I actually had like 4 lives. It just didn't show it, I think. I do like how you've got that secondary sort of attack there, how he blows up. He didn't just die or anything straight away. It's really clever. I'm best going invisible on that bit, aren't I? Okay, anything behind this one? So I do kind of expect there could be like a few queens or something here, maybe an enemy guarding it, maybe. They seem a little bit empty. I don't know. Let's go through though. Alright, so I can see him down there. In fact, we can just avoid him. Oh, it's coming. Visible. And I like how it drops down towards the enemy there. That's good placement. I think I've got enough health, so I'll just carry on. And yep, that's that level done. That's pretty cool. We've got 3 enemies there. Can outrun them quite easily though. Okay, this is an interesting looking enemy. I think I'm probably best dashing through there. Oh, I do like that death animation, that's really cool. So let's try that one again. circle them so they don't sneak up on me. Where did that enemy come from? I know there's going to be a platform coming here, I think. Or maybe there isn't. I'm just going to slide down, see what to expect. Okay, this is not a good place to be in. Let's try and work our way back up. I'm just going to do one long jump, I think. Oh, we can go down here. And kill him just for the fun of it. We've got anything up there, have we? Let's go through. So that's level complete, which means we're on the last level. That's pretty good. I do like how you've darkened the room here. It definitely adds to the atmosphere. So these are drop-down platforms. I like that you've got so many different types of platforms. So we've got those drop downs, we've got the back and forward, we've got the ones that follow a path. And you also added variety there, so the width of those drop down platforms were a bit shorter. So that's sort of good to sort of see this sort of variety. Smoke dash through here, play it safe. That one first. Okay, it feels like there should be something here. I think if we had some spikes on this platform, maybe a coin just hovering above it, we could actually like jump up here and then double jump so that we get the coin. It's sort of a bit of a risky maneuver, might add a bit of fun. Let's drop down here. It's the only way to go. Oh, and we've got some spikes there. From a previous playthrough, I've got to be careful over here because the spikes can be a bit unforgiving. I did notice that if I just step slightly to the left and if my toe just touches the spike, it does kill me. I think the collision polygon would be better if it was just lowered slightly, just so we can have that sort of overhang off this little platform here, or maybe just adding one extra block or something like that. I think would be a bit of a benefit. So let's get through here. I think that destroyed two there. So go up here. So I recognise what these drop-down platforms look like. I like the subtle differences between the blocks. Did I kill him? Let's go for it. And I don't know what's down there, so I'm just going to do a bit of a wall slide. And we've got to go down this way. Let's collect those coins. And again, it does feel like something should be here. Let's go up here. I think maybe we could have like a vertical line of coins or something just to reward that sort of exploration. So one way to go, let's go down. And I do like how the music just fades away. Oh, that was the boss. That must have been Count the Jest. So wow, he is really fast. These moving platforms do seem to affect how I'm throwing my knives. Let's try and get closer to throw a few more hits at him. Oh, this way. No, no. Oh, it's not good. Let's play it safe. Let's keep back a bit, I think. I've only got one life. Let's make the most of it. Oh, he's going to come round any second, isn't he? Where has he gone? Have I killed him? Oh. Let's try and do that one again. You may notice that my character is flashing. I'm not entirely sure why that could be. Could be a glitch. Could be that I collected enough coins to activate something. But it does mean that I am now invincible, except from when I land on some spikes, which I have found out. But it does mean that I shouldn't die on a water droplet as I did before. And I'll just show you where I am, in fact. So this will look a little bit familiar. So let's just kill him. So this is this big drop down where we'll meet Count Legest. And I do like the fact that he was, I was expecting him to be a vampire, but he turns out to be a mosquito, so that is quite funny. He's still some sort of bloodsucker, I guess. So let's go and face him off now with my new power. Whee! Okay, so you can still push us off into those spikes, so there is a danger still there, so I've still got to be a bit careful. I would love to see some sort of feedback, maybe an enemy health bar or something to indicate that I'm doing a bit of damage to him. Oh, there we go. So we've killed him. Oh, wow, we're in a big room full of coins. That's looking pretty cool. I do also like the happy music that you've got here as well. And yeah, we can probably get them all. I'm not going to get everything, I think. I'm just going to go down here to the door. So yeah, that's a pretty nice exit. Thank you for playing. Yeah, that's a really awesome end screen. Really liking that. In joint 4th place, it's Low Res Text Platformer by BSET. This is Low Res Text Platformer. I love the fact that it derives its name from the 3 different game jams that it was entered into, which are over here. And the fact that you've successfully followed those 3 limitations, it's very impressive indeed. The controls are super simple. It's just a click from a left mouse button, and I like that you've laid out the objective over here. So it's all about collecting the letters to win the game, but we've also got to avoid those plus signs, otherwise it's going to increase the speed of those moving platforms. And we also need to keep the dot from going out of the box. So let's go ahead and run the game. So the game does start off straight away. When I left click on the mouse, we're going to go forwards to the T. I do like how all the letters are rotating around, and also the dot is rotating as well, which is really cool. It's kind of got like a gravitational field around it, and it's Sometimes it goes round clockwise, sometimes it's the other way round. And also you may notice that as soon as we get a letter, it does jumble them all up as well. So that definitely adds to the fun. There are also some sound effects, but I have muted those. Same with the background music as well. And also all these letters around the side of the box, they are disappearing as we're collecting them. And if we do get a plus sign, it does make the game a little bit faster, so it's going to get a bit harder. And we've got a lot of plus signs now, so this is going to be quite tricky. I don't know if I can do it. It's just 2 letters left. 1 letter. Can I do it? What's my best strategy here? Okay, I'm very, very close now. And we won. That's amazing. I would have liked that windscreen to stay there so I could bask in some glory and show someone that I actually made it to the end. Maybe a few seconds later there could be some text pop up and it says click to restart. And I would like to see the time it took to win at the end, which would compel me to play again to get a faster time. And rather than avoiding those plus signs, I'd actually be actively seeking them out. I can't fault the gameplay in any way. I love how the letters disappear to mark your progress. I think the moving platforms are very clever, and I love how you make use of direction and speed. I think the music in the background, that sort of looped around really well, very smooth, but I would look into having a longer loop just to reduce that sort of repetitiveness. But overall, very enjoyable game. I love what you've done with it. I've just noticed that I could have played the game in full screen, sorry about that. But I do think the game would work well on a mobile phone, so even at small resolutions, I think it'd be perfect.
In third place, it's Meet Your Death Complex by Dabble Games.
This is the description page for Meet Your Death. It's got a clear objective. We've just got to get past 9 platform challenges. We've got to defeat some opponents, and we've got 5 minutes to do it. We've got unlimited lives, and we can only move forwards. The controls, it's just 1 button, and that's the right arrow key to move forward. I like that you've included a shortcut key, so it's R to restart. And something that was a bit unexpected, but I absolutely love it, is we've got some cheats. So we can change the level just by pressing the minus and plus key. So let's go ahead and run the game. We're straight into the game. This is level 1. I do like the fact that we've got 5 minutes on the clock and it doesn't start counting down until we take that first step. So let's do that now. And we can see that our character's got a sword that is swinging from side to side. And the platform's moving at different speeds, so it certainly adds to the challenge. And that's what happens if you're not paying attention. I do like that death animation, that's really cool. Let's see if we can get past him this time. There is a really nice sort of sound to it. I've turned all the sounds off just for the purpose of the video. So we've got moving platforms, very similar, but I think there's a little bit of a bigger gap between them. And our enemy's got a spear or perhaps a really, really long sword, I'm not sure. Let's see if we can kill him. Okay, so we've got platforms that are teleporting. That's quite interesting. Good form of movement. So if I pull down to there, and he's got maybe a shorter spear, I think. think the enemy might be better if he looked a little bit more different. Perhaps he has an axe and he's throwing the axes in like an arc, and you've got to try and get through this sort of gap, maybe. So this one, we've got platforms that are going up and down, and they're sort of teleporting as well. And I think he's swinging it a bit faster than the first guy. So we don't want to get off at the very top, otherwise we'll drop off. I'm going to skip this level, otherwise you're just going to see me on this level all the time. So this is level 5 now. We've got some platforms that are rotating. That looks pretty cool. I love how he balances on his foot there. That's really cool. Oh, and I walked straight into his spear. That's very silly of me. I'm sure I am landing on those platforms, but it seems to be going through. I'm not sure why that could be. I got him. So this looks very similar to the last one. I'm not sure what the difference is. I am falling through those platforms, so might be worth checking the collision polygons. Make sure they're solid rather than jump through platforms, things like that. Let's just skip this one. So we're on to level 7. And again, this does look quite similar. We've got some movement and rotation. I think the rotation on this platform over here does look a bit more wacky. It's twists a little bit more. It's quite good to sort of see. And yeah, I am getting a similar problem with the collision polygons. I would like to see a different type of enemy as well. Perhaps you could have this one with a bow and arrow. Maybe you just got to run as fast as you can to stab him before he has the time to sort of pull that arrow back and shoot you with it. But I'm just going to go ahead and skip this level so I can try and get them all in. So this is level 8, and okay, so we've got movement up and down, we've got rotation and teleportation all at the same time. That's pretty cool. So we'll get off over here, wait for him to stab, let's charge him. I do like the sound effects. I have turned them off just for the purpose of the video. But it sort of makes this really nice sort of slicing sort of sound. So this is level 9, the last one. And it does look quite similar. Perhaps if we change the enemy a little bit more, maybe give him a shield, maybe you have to sort of poke him backwards. And then there could be like a hole just behind him, and then like, you know, just add a bit more to the sort of fun to it, I think. I seem to just drop off. I didn't move at all then. Let's give this a go. I do like how he's swinging the swords around. I think that is a really cool animation. Let's try and see if I can kill him this time. I'm not too sure what the pattern is, but I'm going to charge now. I think it was a double death there. I've got 53 seconds on the clock. Sort of a bit nervous about approaching him, really. Okay, see if I can do it this time. Oh, I think I ran straight into him. Press the right button too fast as I'm trying to run to him. Let's take it a bit more steadier. Yes, got him. Alright, 3 seconds on the clock. I don't think I could have done it without cheating, but I am very pleased with that. I do like how the platforms move, especially how you've combined different movements together, so it's not just up and down, but you also add some rotation in there as well. And it's quite clever that you rotate it so far to the right and then it sort of rotates back in the other direction. I think that's really clever. The teleportation, it does add another sort of element to the strategy of movement, but I'm not entirely sold on the idea of it on a visual standpoint. The enemies, quite cool. Love how they're swinging the swords around from side to side. I would have liked to see a little bit more variety, but overall I did enjoy the whole game. This is the description page for Platform Complex. The task is to escape the platforming complex. I like that you can play the game with a keyboard or a gamepad. That's awesome. And there are some other things to find out, so a bit of mystery. I like that too. The HTML version is not working without full screen. That's probably a problem with the itch website, to be honest, so don't worry too much about that. You won't be alone there. And we've also got some credits for the music, Chasers Gaming. And I do really like how accessible you've made your game. So not only can it be played in the browser, but you can also download for Windows, Apple and Linux. So let's play the game. Alright, so that is a really nice way to introduce your game. We've got a very simple but very effective menu screen, and if I just scroll down here, you can see that the text sort of pops over to the right, so it's very clear what we're going to select, and it also cycles around. I'm just going to go ahead and go into the options, and I don't know what bloom is, but I'll leave it on. I'll leave the lighting on, leave the screen shake on. I think the full screen's got to stay on. The volume, you can toggle this down. I'm going to leave it to the maximum. Obviously you're not going to be able to hear anything, but I will. I'll let you know what I think of the music as well. So let's get out of here and start the game. So I do like that transition effect there, that is really nice. We've got a swinging lantern. There is a little bit of a glow to it as well. That'll be the lighting effect, and that's really, really good. And this is our character. And we do have a little bit of parallax scrolling as well with the background. I must say I do like the way that he runs, that is so cool. So we've just got some basic platforms at the start, so making it nice and easy for us, that's nice. And that's quite nice. So what will this do? Okay, this is pretty cool. So you jump on one and it causes the other to go up. You can really see the lighting effects over here with the lights there. So yeah, I like how you're introducing these moving platforms, keeping it very simple and smooth at the moment. I like the detail in this elevator with the arrow there. I don't know if that was a bit of screen shake we saw there, but it's quite nice how it came down. And okay, that was a little scare coming down towards those spikes. Okay, we've got a seesaw. I like the little detail there, so if I let go of the keyboard I'm just sliding down. To get up I think I do need to stay on this side and then just take a run up. So yeah, that does take a lot of technical skill to get that working right, so that is really fun and very impressive to see. This one's going really fast, let's jump there. So that's all about timing. Okay, this is looking good. I'm gonna jump, just get a bit of a head start. Yeah, another transition screen, that comes across really nicely. So yeah, you can just about make out the circular path there. That is really good to sort of see, so you can sort of predict its movement before it does anything. Same with this one, so we know it's going to go this way. We do have a few platforms going round as well. Oh no. Yeah, that is a nice death animation. I do like as well that you don't send us back right to the beginning, so you do obviously respect the player's time. That's always good to see. Let's jump. Plus I don't think many people like retreading the same ground as well, so yeah, that is very nice. Oh yeah, I remember this section from a previous playthrough. You can, if you just walk across, you can get stuck over here, but I think if you jump you might be alright, or certainly if you jump as it's going up. Let's try that out. So yeah, just do a little jump there. I like the detail in that, so we've got the dots there to show that it's at the top and we can't go down again. Okay, so these spin around. I think it is a little bit of a deception because it does look like we can fit through, but I don't know if that's true. I think that one is a safe one. Let's try this one. Oh, that one was a bit lower. That's quite clever. Sort of trick us into thinking it's safe and then it isn't. Oh, even that one got me then. Wow, okay. Let's keep going. Sort of edge forward, give us a bit of time to get through. We've got another one here. I kind of feel just maybe 2 of those are alright. I don't know if having 4 of the same thing is as good. So with this one we can go either on top or underneath. Let's try on top, underneath. And oh yeah, I do remember this actually. On a previous build it was taking us down into the ground for some reason, but it does look like you fixed that, so that's really good to see. Let's run. Go over. Oh, bad decision. Oh, okay, maybe it hasn't been fixed, but I know if we just jump up here it can take us back. I don't know what's the safest option here, whether running under or just going on the top. The top has certainly got all them spikes there, so let's go through. Okay, so you're bringing these back from a previous one. I like how you've added to the difficulty level now. That is really nice to see. Let's go. I get a feeling I might die quite a few times here. It is a very tricky section. Let's see. Keep our jumps really small and tight. Forget that we're going to get crushed by the spikes. Alright, so we made it. It's a nice transition screen again there. Oh, I haven't mentioned about the music, but the music is really good in this game. So it's not too dangerous, but I think it's a sign of things to come. Okay, so maybe we try and jump between them. Ooh, that was close. So I can just about see the line here. And that does feel really good to do that. I do like that a lot. Let's jump here. And yeah, I think I remember dying here quite a lot. This is quite tricky. But I think there is a technique to it. Also like the way that these saws move is really cool. Let's go for it. Oh, closer I think. There we go. And I don't think there's anything up there, so let's go down. Alright, I'm going to take a bit of a run up, I think. This looks really dangerous to do, so don't try that at home. Yeah, I do like these saws, how they're going round the platform. That looks really good. And I think this one might have a bit of a flaw, because if we stand on top it seems to kill us for some reason. So I'm going to go underneath. Let's jump on this one, and instantly your instinct is to try and get away from those spikes, so you're going to go to the left and it kills you. But there is a technique to it, so I found that if you go that way, then oh, it's too slow. Oh, definitely too slow there as well. Let's go again. Yeah, I really do like this section. This is actually probably one of my favourite bits in the game, I think. Thanks for playing the game. Well, thank you for making the game. It's been a real good time playing it. We've got a nice end screen here. I think you've got an absolutely astonishing variety of moving platforms, both in terms of how they move and also what makes them move, as well as so many other little details that add to the whole experience, like having to dodge those spikes and saws whilst the platforms are moving.
In first place, it's Fist of the Neverwake by Sylvia.
This is the description page for Fist of the Neverwake, and I'm really liking the title. It's a downloadable game and we can name our own price. And the main character in this game is called Aze, and she's a caffeine addicted jerboa. If you don't know what animal that is, Google it and you'll see that it looks like this. And the goal in the game is to travel to the Sacred Bell Tower, which is located in the city centre, and once there we'll get to wake everyone up after some creatures unknown had put them all to sleep. Just scroll down and we've got some magnetic gloves which boost her forward whenever they land a punch. I like that you've included the controls and it's laid out very nicely. And we even got a pause button, which is pretty cool. And there's also a note from the developer, so let's just scroll down. And it says that it's the developer's first game made in Godot, as well as their first 3D game. So that's pretty awesome. And in the credits, we can see that the developer has made their own artwork, which from looking at the screenshots on the side is looking very good. So let's go and play the game. This is the menu screen for Fist of the Neverwake. I like the style of it, and if we scroll down, the letters do change colour and everything's clear and concise. It also scrolls around, and if we go into the settings, we can also change the sound and music, just like this. But I'm just going to leave everything on the max. And you won't actually hear anything because I have muted it just for the purpose of this video. So let's go back and start the game. So I do like how the text dropped off like that and got a bit of a fade in. That's really nice. Are you awake? We can skip by pressing enter. The world has been put to rest. We cannot let this continue. The tower awaits you. Let's hope the world hears our message. In the background we have a chalkboard which has got some controls on it. If we press down we can crouch. If we press D we can jump. If we hold it down we can jump even higher. And I do like how he does a somersault there, that's pretty awesome. We've also got arrow keys to move around, so I can go left, I can go right. And if we press S we can do a punch like this. We can also do it in the air like that, and if we walk right next to the chalkboard the camera sort of automatically zooms in. Really love how you've got the camera working like that. So once we're familiar with the controls I'm just going to jump through the window. Alright, so the clock has started counting down. Let's start moving. And I've got to say I love all the graphics, this is just really amazing. It's in a sort of 2.5D sort of perspective. We've got details there, even a number plate on the car, lights. This is just amazing graphics. Just punch that slug thing out the way. Let's jump up here. Got this enemy that's shooting lasers from his eye. Let's punch him. So this is our first platform, so it's nice and easy. Sort of a nice way to introduce us to him. And let's get up to here. I've got an ad campaign there, that's pretty cool. I'm going to have to drop down I think. It's just so much I just want to explore. It's like a little world that you've created here. It's really amazing. So over here, like if you just press a little D just once, it sort of encourages you to hold it down, to sort of jump a bit higher. I don't think I'm going to collect all the coffee beans. I just want to sort of show you what things are. So it was a bit of an enemy that looked a bit like Glover is what it reminded me of. Really like that. So you can't actually jump over the truck, so we've got to use this bell. And we'll just jump like that. I love how even if you let go of the controls we're just sliding down. And if you notice the character's got some roller blades. I think that's really nice. Nice way of moving. And over here you'll probably notice something up there. That was a Jerboa. That was what you collect to sort of replenish your health. So let's drop down here. So we're in the underground now. The graphics still absolutely amazing. Sort of very reminiscent of sort of the early sort of PlayStation 1 games. So that platform there, that sort of it sort of wobbled a little bit and sort of made noise. I really like how you've got that sort of effect in there. That did catch me out quite a few times when I first played. The trick to it is just do your punch jump, and then just wait a little bit and then jump. Don't try and jump too soon. Punch him off the edge. It is quite dangerous actually punching the enemies because there's no force to kind of hold us back. Let's see if we can jump across here. So yeah, that's really nice. So we've got to use our ability to sort of get across. So over here, so we've got enemies that shoot lasers. We could duck, I guess. I don't know if we have to duck. Let's wait for that to fly past us. Let's see if I can get up here. Oh no. Down into the lava. I love the death animation there. We're like looks like an angel, I think. That's really nice. Let's run past those guys. Alright, that's pretty cool. And if we let him hit us, I'll show you that we've got a health over here. So we can't actually jump this way. I think the platform, I can just about see it coming down. It's a little bit too high up, so I'm gonna have to come this way. And I like how you've got that sort of working. That's really cool. Missed it. Let's try again. And it's just so the creativity of the whole level design, it's quite amazing really. Really enjoying the game so far, gotta say. Jump over here. So I love all the detail and the graphics. It's just really amazing. It's just so much. This platform over here, if we jump like this, we don't go very high, but if we wait at the top, we can really spring up into the air like this. We're going to have to do that to get up and over here. And even if we just look over here, the water, it's sort of rising up and down. It's like got a tide and things. It's just insane the amount of little details and stuff everywhere. Let's punch him. I did notice if we do go over to the left here, there is a bit of a bug, and I think there was one at the very start as well if you try and climb up the treehouse, but it's not a big deal. I mean, every game, even AAA games with millions of dollars of development costs, you know, they always have bugs, and it is an early development of the game, so it's always to be expected really. So that was close. So yeah, I like how you've combined the movements there. We've got back and forward, and it sort of drops down as well. That's really clever. And I love the graphics here. New ad campaign. I can certainly see this as being a paid game, or it's certainly monetized in some way there. Alright, so the music has suddenly changed. You won't be able to hear it because I've muted it, but it's definitely more fast paced. I don't know if I'm gonna make this now. Let's hurry along. Oh Oh no. Okay, so I have edited the video out quite a bit, as you can see by the new time. I'm sure you don't want to see all my failures. I certainly don't. Got to be really quick there, keep this jump tight. Died a lot of times on that bit. So wait for this one. I'm not going to even attempt to collect all of these coffee beans. That's pretty close. So I don't want to really kill him because I think we'll end up punching ourselves into the sea. Alright, I can see where we've got to go. There's a big bell. I'm going to punch that. Alright. We did it. So let's just watch this ending together. The dream is concluded. Fist of the Neverwake, the Jerboa game project. And we've got some credits. So we got 35 coffee beans and we did it in 14 minutes and 47 seconds. Yeah, I think that's not too bad. And if I could sum up the game experience in one word, I think it would be wow, which actually stands for way over wonderful, I recently found out. But this game is rated on the moving platform, so what have we got? Well, there's a variety of well-placed back and forth motions. There's also some drop-down platforms which have a wobbling movement and a nice sound effect. Sometimes combining the movement with that sort of left and right motion. But what impresses me the most is how the character's ability affects how we use those moving platforms. Some launch us even higher when jumped at the right moment. Some platforms are spaced far enough away that we have to use our punch ability to reach them, and on others the punch can be utilised in a way to hold us in the air for better timing to land on them. So well done for making this game, very impressive. I'd like to say a big thank you to everyone who took part in Platformer Challenge number 1. And I hope it's been a fun learning experience. The next challenge will begin on November the 1st, 2022, and it's open to everyone of all skill levels. I don't think I'll be making a video quite this long again, but if you've watched it to this point, that's awesome. I also feel like I should apologise, mainly because I forgot to play 2 games in full screen. I couldn't get to the end of another 2. My video editing isn't at its best due to trying out a whole new setup, and there's probably a ton of other things that I could have mentioned and done better. I'll be leaving some info and links in the description, and thanks again for watching.